I think another would be to dive into this idea of the Black public intellectual because he's so resistant to it, right? So I would love to know, are there people in his life that he considers Black intellectuals, even while he thinks of himself as a journalist or a writer? You know, I would be so curious, would he call Baldwin a public intellectual, right?
Right.
Because Baldwin considered himself a writer. You know?
No one wants, that's interesting. Wow.
You know, so I would be so curious to know about that. I also don't think people ask him about writing enough.
Right.
He's such a brilliant,
amazing writer.
Yes.
What's his process? Like, how does he do that?
How did you get to this? Do you fight your editors? Do you?
I want to know that.
Right.
I do. Yeah.
Who's responsible for editing you? Who is responsible for saying to Coates, this is not a good sentence?
And how did it look 10 years ago to today? Like, what has, what's
and
the
then
progression?
what's changed from writing these memoirs to writing comics to now writing a novel?
Exactly. I want to
which I can't wait to read.
Yeah. So excited. Yeah. I know. I love the fact that he writes comics like that. That's just like fascinating.
And that is so important to him.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not just like a side thing.
Right.
He talks about it all the time, and it's like in his like DNA almost. So I'm like fascinated about
which
that.
I think then invites the question, how are we all participating in racial justice through the things that we love? Because so often we dumb down or minimize, I should say, we minimize our own contribution to the work. Right? And so like the essay, that's really important, but the comic, that's not, right? And he's flipping that on its head. Where he's saying, oh, but this is so important. This is like pop culture important.
Right. This is more pervasive. This is,
Right?
Because sometimes I think like even novels that people write, I think can be more powerful. This might be controversial than an essay because you get to dive into an entire world for however long it takes you. And I mean, I think it's one of the ways that I learn about different cultures. And because you're immersed in that, and there's something really like you can't really argue with that in that moment because you're feeling and you're feeling it and you're experiencing it. So it's beautiful, and I think there's some really powerful books, obviously, that have been written, novels and fiction that we don't always give like the weight to, but it paints this picture of a world and lets you sneak into another world for a little bit. And where else do you really, get to see that? You know? So I think that's really, I would love to, talk to him about that.
Get him on the show.